Hey, hi everyone. This is my beautiful, 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 wonderful, amazing therapist, Jaire Jones. So
Hello, everyone.
I have her on because we are doing this challenge. It's a 14-day, so 2-week journaling challenge. I want everyone to begin, oops, my book is upside down. Begin the process of journaling daily. I was not truly journaling daily until last year. So it's my anniversary coming up. April 16th is my anniversary. That
Yay.
is yay. She's so excited for me, as she very well should be. So I'll use all the wording and then give the proper wording. But before I was guided through in a different way, I would have said it was the anniversary of my breakdown when fighting my depression was just too exhausting and I no longer had the strength to do it. And I, I didn't know this was going to be emotional. I was hospitalized. I was, yes, in a psych ward. And I'm glad my new wording is breakthrough.
Mm.
Yes. So it is the anniversary of my breakthrough. My time in the hospital was overwhelming. It was not easy. And where I am now is not easy, but it's so different than where I was. And the reason I have Jaire on here is because there's so many different things that we've been putting together in order for me to progress from that moment. And she's been a big part of it. Even before then, there were so many things that I think would have gone wrong if I was not in therapy. But actually being able to confess that clinical depression is here. I got it. It doesn't have me though.
Mm.
So, mm, yes, we do a lot of that in our therapy sessions. Mm.
Oh, oh yeah.
So,
It's powerful
I,
to say that though, right? You say it,
yeah,
you feel it, you mean it, you manifest it. So that's what the is for. Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely. It's been a powerful thing. When I was released, I got this book from my soror and line sister Sharon. She got me this book, and I started writing and
Mm.
writing and writing and writing. Some days it's one word. So, and some days it's 2 or 3 pages. And then honestly, there's sometimes when it's a whole week and I forget, but then when I come back to it, there's so much to write. Um, I'm a little nervous right now, so I'm being completely honest because I was so ashamed that I was hospitalized. I felt it was weak. I'm crazy. Um, how did I ever let this? I don't know. Do we call it a disease? Do we call depression a disease? Yeah, so it was how in the world did I let this get to me? I lead people, I help people, I do all these things. How in the world was I so weak that I let it get the best of me? And it's uh it's um it's helpful that I am now no longer ashamed. Um and I've been talking about it when I do my book signings because I talk about yoga and depression and all that stuff. And those are just yoga is one of the main things I did while I am battling. But it's different now. Even my therapy sessions, I think, are different after um, being hospitalized. And I just wanted to have Jaire chime in on some of the ways that journaling can help with mental health in general and what it is one of its best, well, not one of its best, some benefits of journaling. when it comes to depression as well.
Absolutely. Okay. So, first of all, I just want to thank you for being courageous enough and
Mhm.
vulnerable to share with us.
Mhm.
Because many times when we think of the word depression, right, it doesn't look like you and it doesn't look like me, but if truth be told, this is exactly what it is, right? A depressed person is walking around smiling. They're greeting you, they're at parties, they're giving hugs, they're loving, they're active, they're going places, they're doing things, they're achieving, they're getting
Right.
degrees. But it's what happens when we go home and we close the door.
Yeah,
All of those
absolutely.
things were acts, right? We were doing those things for everyone else. And we were thinking in our minds as a depressed person, I just want to get through this event. I just want to get through this moment. I can't wait to be back in my bed and balled up and not showering and not brushing my teeth because I just don't feel like doing those things. And then it starts to minimize. I'm only going to do the minimum, the bare minimum of what I need to do to get through the day. And so that is what depression looks like. We start to think that depression is, someone's just isolated and withdrawn and you don't see them
Mhm.
because they're depressed, right? But that's
Right.
not actually what it looks like. So I'm glad that you are
Yeah.
here today showing us what depression can actually look like. It's a very successful person, well dressed, smelling good, looking good, encouraging other people, motivating, very fit, sassy. I'm going to keep going. But point is, we have people around us that are depressed and we can ourselves feel depressed without others knowing it. So a simple like check-in, like a real good check-in may help someone that's depressed, like how are you doing today? No, how are you really doing today?
Right.
Right. Just that simple word, really. So just wanted to put that out there that is what depression looks like. That's what it feels like. That's what it sounds like. And then I want to move into the benefits of journaling, right? While depressed. So the benefits of journaling is that one, you're able to express freely, right? Without any judgment. I mean, if there is something, real traumatic experience that happened that you may be embarrassed to share with anyone else, you can journal those thoughts without feeling like, oh, I'm left feeling very like just raw and I don't know what people are going to do with that information, the embarrassment that comes with sharing. Journaling allows you to be reflective, right? Why did I do that? Who am I doing this for? Do I still want to do that? Is that important to me anymore? Have I grown past those goals? All of those things, being reflective. And sometimes people have difficulties with finding time to journal, is what I learned, right? So
Yes.
I tell my
Yes.
clients about the different styles, right? How many times have I shared the different styles of journaling, right? There are no excuses. Take out your video and you can record yourself talking, right? And that is journaling. That's a form of journaling. You can take out your notes in your phone, bullets, journaling, right? That's considered journaling. If you just want to write a reminder someplace down in a notepad real fast and then reflect on that later, that is considered journaling. Some days, as you said, you'll have lots to write, and other days you just want to, just bullet. And that's okay
Mhm.
because this is for you and it's not for anyone else. Journaling helps you connect a lot of dots too, right? Like, why am I still
Mhm.
showing up this way? Why is that a trigger for me? What happened in my childhood? Who taught me how to do this? Who taught me that this was important?
Right.
Is it something that I really think is important myself, or did I adapt that right from someplace? So journaling just truly allows you to have deeper insight with your own self, right? And find meaning and purpose. Sometimes it's even inspirational, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to motivate someone. It's not just for, negative or bad days. It's, well, what have my accomplishments been this week? What have
Mm,
my
mm,
successes been in life? When you're
mm.
feeling down and you're having self-doubt, it's like, well, I'm not smart or I just can't do this great. Like, wait a minute, no, I have graduated. Not only did I graduate, I was summa cum laude. Not only did I do that, I was president
Yeah.
of this club and president of that club, right? You get to brag about yourself without, again, feeling any guilt attached to it. And it
Mhm.
reminds you of your lifespan and all the accomplishments that you've done. Also, gratitude. You can use the journal just for gratitude. Whoever your
Yeah.
higher power is, dear Lord, thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you for all the blessings that I have. I have a food pantry with options. Again, it could also
Right.
serve as a gratitude journal. So just I could go on and on. As you know, I'm an advocate for journaling. I see the benefits from my clients of journaling, and I just really think that the benefits of journaling can really improve one's life fulfillment and self-worth.
I 1,000, 100 million% agree. I do notice some changes And I just, can we stress though, I don't have the journaling in place of therapy. Can
Mm,
we stress that as well? It's not in
in
place
addition to,
of, yeah, it's,
right.
because there are so many tools. And if I can just go even deeper into being completely open and vulnerable here, yes, I was incredibly suicidal in the
Mm,
midst of the deepest, darkest depression. Um, and just journaling would not have taken me out of that. So it was the journaling, the therapy, the yes, when I was in Mexico sitting by the beach, um, meditation, prayer, yoga, walking, hiking. Just know that all of these things are still what I need. And the one thing I swore I would never do, but it is helping me tremendously, is go on medication. I
mm,
swore I would never ever do it because that is weakness. I am au naturel. I will take bark off a tree and boil it before I take Tylenol. Like I don't even take Tylenol. And when it's uh allergy season, I just get raw honey, swallow it down. Like I don't take
mm,
stuff. So I thought being medicated was a betrayal to
mm,
myself. So I swore I would never take it ever, 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 ever. It's one of the things that helped. So I and I don't say everybody has to do these things, but I do want to let people know they don't have to be ashamed about it though. Um and I keep saying and a
If
lot
I can
because this is
add
a
to
lot.
that before you move on, if you don't mind me
Please
adding
do.
to that,
Please.
many of the successful people that we have observed in life, I'm talking talk show host, I'm talking radio personalities, I'm talking celebrities, right? NFL players, NBA players. They have been successful because they were able to gain control of their mental illnesses. You are seeing them at this level, but trust, if it wasn't for the medication, they would be presenting as something completely different. And so, in order to continue to show up as our best selves, many people are taking medication in order to control and balance themselves and their mental illnesses.
Absolutely, because I was functional before, but man, you said it earlier, we do all these things, we present this best self, and then when you go home,
Mm-hmm.
y'all don't understand, going home was hard because I it's a lot of energy to pull something out of emptiness, to pull something out of when you do not have when you just don't have it. I just
Mm.
didn't have it a lot of times, and I would still get up there and act like I did, and until I just couldn't do it anymore. Until it just and now and it came from there's still joy within me. Let me just say that also. Like there's still always joy within. It was so can I just break it for here? She's still my therapist. She write my stuff down. Anyway, so there's still
Just notice it.
you can't help yourself.
There's some things we need to go back
I
to.
know. We're gonna go back to this when we have our actual session. This is why I love her, y'all. Um, but with there's always some bit of joy that you have, and you always got to pull from that. But when you have to keep digging and digging and digging, and there's when I can't say it enough, it's exhausting. And sometimes it's so exhausting, you really just want to end it all because you don't have the energy to keep doing it. And I am so thankful that it was my mom that took me to the hospital and encouraged me to admit myself. Because if she said, please admit her, and I say no, they couldn't admit me. So
Mm,
we had a really good talk. And my mom is a warrior, y'all, but that warrior was scared for me. And she said, I don't even know what else to do but this. And I'm so thankful that she did it, that she talked to me and stayed with me. And my family, um, I will say this, y'all, there's the family you have, and then there's the family you create.
mm,
I am beyond blessed. I have both. And my mom, brother, and sisters were behind me 10 billion%. And then past them, it's the community and the village and the support system that I was able to create with some really amazing friendships that turned into brother and sisterhood. Um, and I don't think I could have done any of this and be where I am now because there's no way I would have been able to do this if I was still doing it alone. So I say that to say, whoever you have that's your support system, in, pull them in, let them know what you're doing, let them know you are now journaling, let them know you are now in therapy, let them know that this is what you have been dealing with. Let them know that your depression is so deep and so strong that you have no idea how you're going to live until tomorrow. Let them know these things because you need support. Get yourself a good therapist. If you want her, great, my therapist, but don't be taking up all my time. So make sure. But get yourself a phenomenal therapist that can walk you through. Um, yeah, that can walk you through. I'm excited for this journaling challenge. I want everyone to take this time to make it a habit. Is 14 days good enough to start creating a little bit of a habit? What do you think?
I think 14 days is wonderful, but I also wanted to, so two things that I want
Mhm.
to add to this. One is that many people get stuck, right? How do I journal? Right? There are so many journaling prompts out there, a simple Google, right? There's also phone apps, right? One of them is
Mhm.
Stoic, another one is Journ, like journal, but Journ and Stoic.
Mhm.
You can also just Google journaling apps. Some prompts will be like stay in the present, like today was, how was today? What were some of your accomplishments today? The best part of my day was, right? I'm looking forward to. So all of those amazing journaling prompts. Or I dislike today because, right? The
Mm.
worst part of my day was, I don't know
Yeah,
why, XYZ.
yeah,
When you are cycling things over and over again, you're stressed, you're anxious, you're sad. Those are things to write out in your journal. Right.
yeah.
But also the other thing I wanted to ask you, Latifa, if you don't mind sharing with us, how do you know when it's time to start asking for that type of help?
Uh, Personally, I didn't know until I was hospitalized because I
Mm,
didn't tell anybody.
mm-hmm.
Um, which is why I'm telling people to take a look at themselves and see how they feel. Are they letting anyone in? Um, and I think journaling will help people to figure it out a little bit. But I also feel there's a couple of things with that. Just if you know that you're feeling just down, let's just say down, because being down doesn't always mean you're depressed. It just means you're down. And when we have these deep feelings of just being down or even elated, because you're right, we can write about both in our journals. I think we should start sharing those feelings. I think we should normalize sharing how we're feeling. And I think if we start to do that, we don't have to wait until we get to the point where we're hospitalized. So I think
Smiling over
that,
here like a proud mom because I'm like, when my clients can start sharing the language that I have been sharing with them and own it and truly believe it and share it with others, then I am gratified. There's nothing more than that's exactly what I would love as a therapist.
you do. And that's why you do what you do. And you've helped me the way you've helped me. And there's nobody better, I feel, to be to put this out there with than you. Um, so yeah. Um, And I'm glad you mentioned the other ways to journal because you see, I brought up a book and I'm like, I love to write. Some people can't stand writing. So I love that you mentioned that there are digital ways for people to journal as well. Um, and before we end, I just want to give you the biggest shout out and the biggest thank you. Um, Therapists are much needed. I also have a psychiatrist. Shout out to where'd my brain go? Holy wow. I have a great psychiatrist. Anyway,
I'm like, it's
sorry.
okay. Just
I have a psychiatrist. She's great.
make
So much
confidential.
love to my therapist, my psychiatrist, my mom, my sisters, my brother, because I can't do it without them. I really can't do it without them. My older sister, she calls on me. She's like, okay, what you doing today? How you feeling today? And they all do. We just check in. And to my village, my peoples, oh my gosh, my village is it's tight and I love them for it. And as soon as I spoke up and told them what happened, not one person was like, girl, you cray cray. You went to the, they all rallied around me and they loved me. I want to thank my honey, he's my sweetie. I didn't want to tell him. And not only did I tell him, but he told me exactly how brave he thinks I am. And that's not what I was expecting, which is why I didn't want to tell him. Uh,
Mm.
my son, who I did not want to tell as well, because I'm his mom, I'm supposed to be strong. And the first thing he did was say to me, if you need a ride to go to any sessions or anything, or you need to get to the hospital, just let me know. So you never know who's there to help you. Be to, make sure you move with discretion because we do know there are people in our lives who are toxic. And if you already know that, don't share with them. That's not the person. Please don't do that to yourself. You're gonna make everything worse. Um, I do miss my dad and I wish he was here, but I know he would be uber supportive of me and what's happening and what I've been doing. So you'll just make sure that you and my yoga community, they don't really know what's going on. Some people do from my book signings, but they've been behind me 1,000% too. So find your village, find your people, and nurture that. If you got two people that are behind you, rock solid, that's a community. That's a village. And if you have that, I pray that all of um, you will lean on them. Oh, and a special shout out to my aunt Ella. She's one of the first people before I even had this happen. She's one of the first people I was able to talk to about my depression. And she was able to really talk me through a lot of things. So you never know who's going to help you. You never know who's going to be there for you. Oh, gosh. Oh, sorry. You never know who's going to be
My
there for you.
dealing fears, let him go.
No, if you tell me, no, don't stop them. I
Don't
know.
stop.
You never know who's going to help you. You never know who's going to be there for you. Be honest, be open. And unfortunately, mental health is not taken as seriously in general.
Mm.
But I know personally in my own community, because the people, if I say in the Black community, people go everywhere. Well, I'm going to talk about the Black community specifically for a moment. We will be like, you don't have enough Jesus. Oh, just pray it away. Or, girl, you just feeling down today. You're going to be all right tomorrow.
But we talk about that strength, right? A strong Black woman. And that means you're just supposed to hurt and keep going. You're supposed to hurt and keep going. No.
Lies upon lies, y'all. Can I get a hit
Mm-mm.
on
Mm-mm.
that? It's a lie.
Mm-mm.
It's
Release.
a lie. The
Talk about
strong
it.
Black woman is a myth. We cannot, the stronger we are, the our strength should be predicated on how much we share with those around us.
Absolutely.
That's where our strength should lie. And that's Black women, first and foremost, because that's what I am and that's what I have been raised by, and that's what I see in my community.
Yes.
Moms in general, women, we're told to have this whole specific thing about no, nope, nope. Ask for support, ask for help. That's where our strength lies in each other. Ask for the men in your life, the women in your life, the children in your life, the people in your life. Get support, get help.
And this is what strength looks like. Everything that she shared with you is what strength looks like. That's what bravery looks like. That's what admiration looks like. And, if you do not have some of the support system that Latifah talked about, there are 800 hotlines out there. If you're feeling suicidal, if you are feeling depressed, if you can identify with anything that she shared, and you are not able to get directly to a therapist right away, please call the suicidal hotlines that can be found on Google, and also talk to anyone that you may have in your closest proximity, anyone that you consider a friend. Maybe it's not a family member, but start to talk to someone.
Absolutely. I think that's where we're going to end because that's the most powerful and the best way to end it. Seek that seek that assistance. Dire, thank you so
Thank you
much.
for having me.
Oh, wait, her company is Cherry Blossom Healing.
Cherry Blossom Healing in Paramus, New Jersey. We're doing virtual sessions. We're doing in-person sessions. You can find us on every social media platform, and we're here.
And they really are there. Dire, thank you so much. And everyone, I look forward to everyone growing with their journal practice.
Yes,
Thank
journal.
you, everyone. Thank you.
Have a good one. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.